Hello, here's our next plant. Again, off of Kiowa Road in Apple Valley, south of Rock Springs Road. So this is a really interesting plant. It kind of looks just like a big green bush right now. As you can see, compared to the other bushes. It looks very similar to ephedra. You guys remember ephedra nevadensis? This is ephedra here next to it. That's ephedra. And this is paper bagbush. And in a second, I'll hold them up together and show you the difference. In fact, I can do that right now. The big difference when you look at these two, when you're out in the desert, is the way the stems are oriented. So if you look at the one on the right in my hand, that's the paper bagbush. It's more spiky and it has little leaves, and its spikes are opposite alternate. You can see how they're opposite of each other, but they alternate one direction, then the other direction. And this guy also has little purple flowers, so it's a blooming plant. Now ephedra, this is the ephedra. The ephedra is not really spiky. It looks spiky, it just has these long joints, no real leaves, no flowers, because this is a cone-bearing plant. So remember ephedra, cone-bearing plant. But back to Scutellaria mexicana. That's what this is. Scutellaria mexicana, though they probably updated the name to Scutellaria mexicana. So Scutellaria or Scutellaria, I will post it for you in the notes. It's in the mint family, and mint tends to have the opposite leaves. Let's see if we could see the leaves. Yeah, and the leaves are opposite alternate. It's found in creosote bush scrub, which is where I am now. I'm in creosote Joshua tree woodland, kind of mix area. It's also found in the juniper woodland, often associated here with Joshua trees, buckwheat, and ephedra. It is a deciduous shrub. Grows to be about 3.5 feet high, 4 or 5 feet wide. It's pretty rare in cultivation, even though it's common out in the desert. Could be propagated easily from seeds. Ooh, here's some flowers. Let me show you the flowers here. Let me grab them and put them on a piece of paper. They're not open yet. Let me pull them out so you can see. That's pretty neat. I don't know if you could see in that picture, but they're little purple flowers that are kind of would be pollinated by bees. That's pretty neat. I just noticed that. Okay, the flowers. Well, back to your plant. So being in the mint family, it has a lot of uses. So this plant has been used medicinally for respiratory issues. It's an antibacterial, antifungal, because again, it's in the mint family. It kind of has, you're not here, but if you smell it, it kind of has a minty thing. Not really used too much medicinally though, and not really used too much as a food product. It is really good for wildlife because it's dense, very heavy. Animals can live in there. And it also has those purple flowers for the bees, and it's called paper bagbush because the seeds are little like bubbles of, look like little paper bags. And of course they blow away and there's none left on this bush. But if you look in your textbook, you'll see pictures of the paper bag bush flowers. So in a landscape, it'd be good as a hedge plant, maybe as some background for succulents, things like that. For wildlife. We propagate it from seeds. When we do have the ability to collect it, we do collect it from seeds, and it is a popular plant for restoration because it's easier to grow and it does volunteer, it comes back, and a lot of animals use it for home. So again, this is the paper bag bush. In the mint family, named Scutellaria mexicana, probably changed to Scutellaria mexicana. Native to the Mojave Desert, creosote bush scrub, Joshua tree woodland, and juniper pinyon pine tree woodland. It's a deciduous shrub, pretty common. It had opposite alternate leaves. The flowers were in little spikes. It had, again, it's a food for pollinators. It has some medicinals, not too much. Good wildlife value, and again, good for restoration.